This is all happening because Israel launched a unilateral attack on Iran in the middle of negotiation between Iran and the United States over Iran's nuclear program. Um, that was more than a week ago.
Mm.
And then only 2 days ago, less than 2 days ago, there was a meeting in Geneva between Iran and three European powers to find some kind of a resolution, a diplomatic solution to this conflict. And the European powers seem to send positive signals to Washington that there is a scope, there is possibility of an end to the conflict. So it's really hard to understand why President Trump has conducted this attack on Iran and why he is threatening more attacks on more targets in Iran. And the only justification one could think of is that he has simply accepted Netanyahu's rationale that Iran is an existential threat to Israel and to the United States, and the only way to deal with it is through force and effectively to bring about regime change in Iran.
And what do you make of President Trump's speech that we just heard in the last half hour? It's only 4 minutes or so, but there was a fair bit of information in there with respect to the strength of the relationship between Israel and the United States. What are your observations of that, and where do you see other alliances perhaps potentially forming as a result?
Well, there's no secret. It's not a secret that the United States is a close ally of Israel, that the United States is committed to Israel. But this goes far beyond a simple alliance. President Trump has effectively given up setting the agenda to Bibi Netanyahu in relation to Iran, and in fact, in relation to Gaza as well. So, what is going on right now is that Netanyahu in Israel is setting a U.S. foreign policy towards the Middle East, and Trump is simply following that. It's very much going according to Netanyahu's playbook of um, attacking Iran, undermining Iran, and ultimately bringing about a regime change. Because um, what is the expected outcome for President Trump? He cannot, in any serious belief, that Iran would simply surrender to U.S. attacks. He must understand, he must know. I'm sure his advisors would have told him that Iran would retaliate. So, where is this leading? That's the big question. Well, President Trump may not have used the term regime change, but Bibi Netanyahu has. And everything that Trump has done, just simply following Netanyahu's lead, suggests that regime change is the intended outcome of this conflict. So, this is a fanciful agenda. I can't imagine how the Iranian population are expected to rise up and depose the regime under fire. Sure, the Iranian regime is unpopular. Sure, there is a big gap between their elite, between the ruling clergy and the population. But how do you expect the Iranian population to listen to foreign attackers' advice and change their own government? In fact, what we're going to see, and it's very likely to happen, is that the regime will feel even more safe and secure in its position. This is the best gift that the United States could have given the clerical regime in Iran.